Hello, welcome you all again to the next video lecture of my EMTL series of lectures. Now, in this lecture video, we are going to focus our attention on coordinate systems and transformation. Okay, coordinate systems and transformation. Okay, so what is actually a coordinate system? Okay, so coordinate system is one which we can analyze or we can visualize any wave, I mean by space variables. Okay, so what are the space variables here? We are having, suppose if we take a coordinate system, rectangular coordinate system, which is well known, that is XYZ coordinate system. By using this coordinate system, we can visualize or we can make the analysis of a wave in the space variables. Okay, now a point, so in order to understand these, we are going to take a point or a vector in a coordinate system. Okay, a point can be represented in a coordinate system, represented in a curvilinear or rectangular coordinate system. Rectangular coordinate system. So generally these rectangular coordinate system are of orthogonal. Okay, orthogonal means what here? They are mutually perpendicular to each other. Suppose if I take like this my fingers, so this is x-axis, this is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So all these are maintaining 90 degrees to each other. Okay, so those type of coordinate systems are known as orthogonal coordinate systems. Okay, so generally orthogonal coordinate systems are widely used compared to the non-orthogonal coordinate system. So we are having non-orthogonal coordinate systems also, but they are seldom in use. Okay, so an orthogonal system in which an orthogonal system is one in which the coordinates are mutually perpendicular. So that's why they are named as orthogonal coordinate system. That is, they are having 90 degrees in between them. Okay, like this. Okay, if I take these fingers like this, they are called, I mean, x-axis, y-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay, now that is we are having we are having three types of coordinate systems. We have three types of coordinate systems. So generally these are the widely used coordinate systems. First one is Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinates. So their variables are, their space variables are x, y, z. And next one is circular cylindrical coordinate system. Circular cylindrical coordinate systems, that is rho, phi, z. Next, spherical coordinates. So these are the three types of coordinate systems we are having, that is r, this is theta and this is phi. So these are the three types of coordinate systems we are having. These are the three types of orthogonal systems we can say, orthogonal coordinate systems we can say. Now let us take one by one here. First I will take the Cartesian coordinate system, okay. Cartesian coordinates I can say, okay. Cartesian coordinates. X comma y comma z, okay. So the Cartesian coordinate system, so in every coordinate system we have to see the some important points. What are those? First, how we are going to represent a vector, and how we are going to that is visualize the, how we are going to have the unit vectors, and how we are having the components, and what is the magnitude of the vector given A, okay. Now a vector, a point P can be represented in a Cartesian coordinate system as a point P in Cartesian coordinates is represented by x, y, z, okay. So a point is represented by x, y, z. I will draw the diagram how it look like, okay. Let me draw the diagram here. X, so this is x axis, and this is y axis, and this is z axis. So this is the point P, and this is the unit vector along this one is ay, az, okay. And so here all you can see this xyz coordinate system. You can see this x axis is perpendicular to this y axis, and y axis is perpendicular to z, and z is perpendicular to x, okay. So generally we are going to analyze all these rectangular coordinates, that is orthogonal coordinate system, are by using right handed coordinate system, okay. Right handed means, suppose this is my right hand, all these fingers are moved towards one axis, that is first axis, x axis is turned towards y axis, and the y axis, z axis is perpendicular to this thumb. So always we have to remember this, all these whatever may be the coordinate system, all these are going to follow this right hand thumb rule. That is, if these my fingers are turned towards this side, so it is going to form a right handed coordinate system, okay. So here a vector is so first next we have to see the ranges of this x, y, z, okay. Ranges of x, y, z, ranges of variables x, y, z. So the range of x is x, y, and z, okay. X less than minus infinity less than plus infinity, minus infinity less than plus infinity, minus infinity less than plus infinity, okay. So if you can keenly observe this one, it is going to infinity but less than, okay. It is going to plus infinity, and this is going to minus infinity, and x is also going to plus infinity and minus infinity, and so on. X is going to plus infinity here and minus infinity, but it is less than, okay, less than infinity, okay. Now a vector in the Cartesian coordinate system, a vector in Cartesian coordinate system is represented by a vector in Cartesian is represented by by A, that is bold letter A. So here A I am going to take the vector like this. So here it is equal to Ax, Ay, Az. Already we have seen this notation in the vector algebra lecture videos, and also this can also be represented as Ax plus Ay plus Az. Okay, and here we are having unit vectors Ax where Ax, Ay and Az are the unit vectors along x comma y comma and z directions, and we are having Ax where Ax comma Ay and Az are components along xyz directions, components along x comma y comma and z directions. Okay, next, as we have taken the A here vector, we can take the magnitude of this vector as like this. The magnitude will be like this. The magnitude of this one is always a scalar, that is square root of Ax square. Just we have to square the components and Az square. So this is the magnitude. This is the magnitude of the vector A what we have taken. Now we can also, as we have taken the unit vectors, as we have drawn the unit vectors and the point P, how we are going to represent in x, y, z coordinate systems. So now similarly I can take one example here. Let me take one example here. I will represent point P. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is z axis, this is x axis, and this is y axis. And if I represent a point P in Cartesian coordinates like this, 3, 4, 5. This is x is. I will take an example here. That is example point is 3, 4, 5. I will reply x axis is 3 here. I will take like this, and y is 4 here, and z is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it is having the magnitude of 5. So I am having this is 3 and this is 4 and this is 5. The point here is 3, 4, 5. And similarly I can represent the diagram of these components Ax, Ay and Az like this in the form of graphical vectors, x axis, y axis and z axis. Now I will take the vectors like vectors like this in this direction, x axis, y axis, another vector along the z axis. This is Ax, this is Ay, and this is Az component. Okay. Now I can take this one, the point, these are resultant here, resultant A vector, that is A is equal to this one, Ax plus Ay plus Az is equal to A. So hope you understood this one. Okay. This is about the entire thing. This is the entire thing about coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate systems. Entire details about this Cartesian coordinate system. Now we will move on to the next coordinate system. Next we will go to the next coordinate system, that is circular cylindrical coordinate system. circular cylindrical coordinates. So the space variables here are rho, phi and z. Okay. So as we have seen in the Cartesian coordinate system, every time we are going to see. So what is the importance of this Cartesian circular cylindrical coordinate system is, it will be in the form of a cylindrical, okay, a bottle like structure. So here the cylindrical coordinate systems are useful whenever the circular symmetry problems are arised. Okay. So the circular cylindrical coordinate systems, the circular cylindrical coordinates are used when the problem of when we are dealing with cylindrical symmetry. So that is if we are dealing with the cylindrical symmetries, then we are going to use this type of coordinate system, that is circular cylindrical coordinate system. Now a point P is represented in cylindrical coordinates with rho, phi, z. Okay. A point P in cylindrical coordinates is represented by rho comma phi comma z. Okay. So now we have to see this in the form of a diagram, as we have seen the diagram for the Cartesian. Now similarly we will see the diagram of these circular cylindrical coordinates. Let me draw here. This is x axis, y axis and this is z axis. Okay. So it should be a straight line. Okay. Now this is an origin. Okay, and I am going to take that point on this top of this cylinder like this, P of rho comma phi comma z, and this is the rho, radius of the cylinder, and this is the phi as taken from the x axis, and this is called as azimuthal angle, and this is the z. Okay, that is same as that of the Cartesian coordinate system, starting from this to this. Okay. Now I will draw the unit vectors in this diagram itself, that is az vector will be along this. I will draw with the other color here. Okay, this is the az and this is a rho and this is a phi. Okay. So you can see these three unit vectors all are maintaining this property, that is orthogonal property, where a rho, a phi, az are having mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. And now we define the space variables. So we define the space variables that is rho phi z. Here we are having rho phi z, that is here we are having the rho as the radius of the cylinder. Rho is the radius of the cylinder, and phi is the azimuthal angle. or we can say circular angles, azimuthal angle measured from x axis, and we'll see the ranges of this here. So that is the ranges as we have seen the ranges of x, y, z in Cartesian coordinate system. Now we'll see the ranges of rho, phi and z axis here. Okay, so rho, phi and z. Okay, and rho is, it is starting from the 0 and it is ending up to less than infinity. 0 less than, it is starting from 0, okay, or starting from origin, and it should be less than infinity. Similarly, phi is a circular angle. What is the total circular angle? Total angle here, it is 0 to 2 pi. 0 less than or equal to, phi less than or equal to 2 phi. Okay, and z is same as that of the Cartesian coordinates, that is minus infinity less than z less than infinity. Okay, so these are the ranges for rho, phi, z. Now a vector A in cylindrical coordinates is represented by, so we have to write the vector here. So how we are going to write? A is equal to, that is bold letter A is equal to A rho, A phi and A z, or we can also write in the form of unit vectors A rho plus A phi plus A z. Okay, so this is the notation of the vector here, and similarly I can write the magnitude of this one, magnitude here, magnitude of A, vector A, magnitude of vector A, I can write here like this, that is magnitude of A vector like this. A is equal to square root of A rho square plus A phi square plus A z square. Okay, A rho square plus A phi square plus A z square. Okay, now we have to remember the we know that already, that unit vectors here, unit vectors, what are the unit vectors we have? Unit vectors A rho, A phi and A z are mutually perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other. So each other, so now I can take the dot product of the, we know that the dot product of same vectors is 1 and dot product of the different vectors is 0, this property. Now similarly I have to apply here, that is A rho dot A rho is equal to A phi dot A phi is equal to A z dot A z is always equal to 1, and also A rho dot A phi dot A z and A z dot A rho is always 0, and similarly we can take the cross product of the unit vectors here. A rho cross A phi is always A z, and next A phi cross A z is always A rho, and A z cross A rho is always A phi. Okay, so these are the unit vectors, and similarly if I change these unit vectors, I have to take the negative one, that is A phi cross A rho is always minus A z, and A z cross A phi is always minus A rho, and A rho cross A z is minus A phi. Okay, and these are the unit vector relations here, that is dot product and cross product explained here. Now we will see the relationship between the what is the relationship between the Cartesian coordinate systems and the circular cylindrical coordinate systems one by one. Okay, the relationship between x, y, z and rho, phi, z. Okay, the relationship between the variables x, y, z and rho phi z. We have to see this relationship. In order to understand that one, we need to take the combined diagram of the cylindrical as well as the Cartesian coordinates. Okay, so let me draw the diagram here. This is x-axis, y-axis, and this is a z-axis. Now I have to take a point which is going to give both the Cartesian as well as the cylindrical coordinates. Okay, so in order to take that one, I have to draw the both coordinate systems here. P, this is a coordinate, this is the point P, x, y, z and also rho phi z, and here we are going to represent the coordinates like this, and this is a azimuthal angle phi, and this is a radius rho, and this is a z. Still anything missing here? Now as this is x, this will also be x. These are parallel side and these are the parallel side. Now in order to write the relationship, we have to take first this triangle. Okay, this triangle. So let me take this one. So this is hypotenuse rho and this is the x and this is y. Okay, from this this is the angle phi. Okay, so what is cos phi from this? Cos phi is equal to x by rho, that is x is equal to rho cos phi. And similarly, what is sin phi? Sin phi is equal to opposite side by, that is y by hypotenuse, that is y is equal to rho cos phi, and z is same as that of z. Okay, now if I write the relationship between here x, y, z and rho phi z, that is it will be x is equal to rho cos phi comma y is equal to rho sin phi, and z is same as that of z. Okay, so these are the relation between this x, y, z and rho phi z. Similarly, I can get the rho phi z to x, y, z. Okay, so I will take here x is what here? X is equal to rho cos phi and y is rho sin phi. So if I add this, if I square and add this one, I can get like this here, or else I can take from here itself x, that is hypotenuse, that is so I will take here, that is x square plus x square is equal to rho square cos square phi, y square is equal to rho square sin square phi. So if I add these two, what I get here? X square plus y square is equal to rho square into sin square phi plus cos square phi. So this will always be 1 here. So that is, this will be 1, that is x square plus y square is equal to rho square, and I can get rho here like this. Rho is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So this relation can be, we can also get by using this one. Okay, so that is we are having this rule, that is x square, this side square is equal to this one. Okay, hypotenuse square is equal to these two sides square. Okay, the Pythagoras rule, we can also use this one, x square plus y square is equal to rho square, and also we can get also like this. Okay, we are having two ways, and let us take what is the phi here. If I take y by x, divide y by x here, y by x is equal to what? Rho sin phi by rho cos phi. So it will be tan phi. Tan phi is equal to y by x, and I can write here phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Okay, and you can also get from this triangle itself, okay, that is tan phi is equal to what is that, y by x, and phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Now we will write this one. What is rho here? Rho is equal to, rho we have got rho is equal to, we will write this one, x square plus y square, and what is phi we got? Phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x, and we have got z as same. We don't have any change in the Cartesian as well as in rectangular coordinate system, that is Cartesian as well as in cylindrical coordinate system. These are the two boxes which we have to, which are going to give the relationship between xyz and rho phi z, okay. So these are the two things, okay. Now we will go for the transformation, okay, rectangular to cylindrical transformation, okay. This is very, very important, as we have seen the Cartesian as well as cylindrical coordinates. Now we have to transform, that is xyz to rho phi z and rho phi z to xyz, okay. So just now we have seen the relation, but we have to transform now, okay. So in order to transform, we are having a lengthy procedure, that is rectangular to cylindrical coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system. That is, I am going to take ax comma ay az to a rho a phi az. So in order to perform this one, we are going to perform the dot product of the unit vectors. The transformation of rectangular to cylindrical coordinate system requires, we are going to find the components of a rho, a phi and az, okay. So in order to transform, we are going to, we first find the components using vector and unit vector, dot products, unit vector dot products. That is, already we know the relation, that is basic, the dot products are the dot product, that is, we know, suppose if a component is like this AB, so we know that it is given as that vector into dot of AB. Already we have seen this relation in the first, that is vector algebra, we have seen this one, that is the component of vector A along the vector B is given like this, okay. So here we are going to use the same relationship. In order to find a rho, a phi and az, we are going to do this one, that is a rho can be found like this, a rho is equal to a dot a rho. So where a is equal to this one, okay, that is here a is ax plus ay plus az, okay, ax plus ay plus az, okay. Now I will take the dot product of dot a rho here. So what I get here, let us see, ax dot a rho plus ay into ay dot a rho plus az into az dot a rho, okay. So in this, here x is different coordinate system and rho is another coordinate system, we don't know that dot product, and similarly here, and rho phi z is the same coordinate system, that is rho phi z cylindrical only. The dot product of this one will be always different, they are opposite, I mean az dot a rho is always 0, okay. So I can write here like this, a rho is equal to ax into ax dot a rho plus ay into ay dot a rho, okay. This one is 0. Now similarly I have to get a phi also, a phi is equal to, again I have to take this one, ax into ax ay plus az dot, I have to write another equation here, that is a phi is equal to a dot a phi, So now that is a phi is equal to what I get here, ax into ax dot a phi plus ay into ay dot a phi and az into az dot a phi. So as I have said that these are the same coordinate system az dot a phi, so this will also be 0, that is az dot a phi is also 0. Okay, and next what I get here, a phi is equal to ax into ax dot a phi plus ay into ay dot a phi plus 0. Next az is equal to ax, sorry, I have to take az is equal to a dot az. Similarly what I get here, ax plus ay plus az dot az. Okay, the dot product of the different vector is what is 0 here, that is ax dot az is 0, ay dot az is 0, and only we are left with az dot az is 1, that is az only I get. Okay, that is az is equal to az only. Okay, so we have got 3, a rho, a phi and az. Now we have to calculate this all the dot products. Where is here this dot product, this one, and here in this one and this one, and that's all. Okay, these are the 4 things we need to find here. Let us do that one. In order to find that one, I have to take the diagram here like this. Okay, I will erase this one. I have to transform now the that is coordinates. Let us do that one. Yes, now let us find that one. It's very simple here also. That is like this, you have to take. Let me take here. So this is x axis and this is y axis and this is the z axis is perpendicular to this one. Now I am transforming to the new components like this. I will draw with the dotted line here. This is x axis, this is minus x axis, this is y axis and this is minus y axis. So I will take this to this as phi. Okay, phi. Okay, so that is this is having angle with respect to x axis as phi. Now I am going to take these vectors, unit vectors a rho and a phi. This is a phi and this is a rho. So a rho and a phi are having 90 degrees and az is along this direction. This is having 90 degrees. Okay, now I have to find the components and I have to write the unit vectors. Okay, so along this direction I will get one vector, and along this direction I will write another vector like this, and along this one is the unit vector, along this one is ax, and along this direction is this is ay. Okay, ay unit vector. Okay, because this is parallel to this one and this is parallel to this one, this axis is parallel to this one. Okay, and here I am having the same angle as we are having, this is maintaining phi and this is also maintaining phi angle here. Okay, so this side I will get the component as cos phi. Okay, that is here this is cos component and sin component cos phi, and this is sin phi ay. So the addition of these two, that is this component and this component, will result me this component here. So I can write the unit vector as a rho is equal to what I get here, cos phi ax plus sin phi ay. That's all. Okay, now this x axis and y axis are perpendicular to each other, and the angle is 90 degrees, and this angle will be 90 minus phi. And similarly, as this is making phi, this is making phi, and this y axis is also making with respect to phi as phi only. Okay. Now as y and x are perpendicular to each other, this is 90 degrees, I can get here as 90 minus phi. Okay. Now I will take the vector like this along this one x axis, and I will drop a perpendicular like this. So I am going to get another triangle here, this one like this, like this, like this, and I get like this 90 minus theta here. Okay, or 90 minus phi. Okay, and this is this direction, this unit vector is opposite to this direction, that is I get here as minus x, that is minus ax, and this is following the y direction, that is ay, and this is the following ay here, and this is the cosine component cos 90 minus phi, because the angle is here 90 minus phi. Okay, that's why I have to take, and here also sin 90 minus phi. Okay, cos 90 minus phi and sin 90 minus phi, and the resultant here is a phi. Okay, now I have to write the resultant here like this. A phi will becomes minus ax cos 90 minus phi plus ay into sin 90 minus phi. So here I can write here like this, that is a phi, it gives me sin phi minus sin phi ax plus cos phi ay. Okay, these are the two unit vectors we have got, and this is a phi. So we have got a rho and a phi. Now what I have to do? I have to take the dot products, 4 dot products, that is ax dot a rho, that is ax dot a rho and ay dot a rho. Ax dot a rho, ax dot a rho is this one, that is cos phi ax plus sin phi ay. So the dot product of ax dot ax is 1, the dot product of ax dot ay is 0. So I can write here as cos phi. Okay, that is ax dot a rho. Similarly, I have to write the dot product of ay dot a rho, that is ay dot a rho is this one only, that is cos phi ax plus sin phi ay. Okay, the dot product of ay dot ay is 1, ay dot ay is ax is 0 here, that is ay dot a rho is equal to sin phi I get here. Okay, so we have got the two things here. Similarly, I have to get the ax dot a phi and ay dot a phi. Okay, that is ax dot a phi, what I get here, ax dot a phi is this one, minus sin phi ax plus cos phi ay. So what is the dot product of ax dot ax is 1, ax dot ay is 0, that is ax dot a phi I get here as minus sin phi I get here, and similarly ay dot a phi. So what I get here, ay dot a phi is this one only. Okay, that is minus sin phi ax plus cos phi ay. So what I get here, so ay dot ay is 1, ay dot x is 0, that is I get here as cos phi, that is ay dot a phi. Now I can write the components a rho, a phi and az here. A rho, what we have got there, a rho is equal to, so we have got a rho, that is a rho is equal to ax into ax dot a rho plus ay into ay dot a rho. Okay, plus 0 we have got, that is next ax into ax dot a rho, what we have got here, ax dot a rho cos phi plus ay into ay dot arrow. Ay dot arrow is I have got as sin phi. Sin phi I have got. Next this is arrow. Similarly a phi will be ax into ax dot a phi plus ay into ay dot a phi. Az is 0. Next what I have got here, ax into ax dot a phi. Ax dot a phi is minus sin phi I have got, minus sin phi plus ay into ay dot a phi. What I have got here? I have got cos phi here. Okay, now I can write a phi here. Now az is az here only. Okay, now I can write the entire vector here, that is a is equal to arrow plus a phi plus az. Now what is the arrow we got? Arrow is this one only, that is ax cos phi plus ay sin phi into arrow, isn't it? Right? Plus next what I have got, a phi is minus ax sin phi plus ay cos phi into a phi plus az into az. Now we can represent this arrow a phi az in terms of a matrix. Okay, so now let us write these components in terms of matrix, that is arrow a phi and az in terms of matrix like this. So what are the terms we have here? You can see cos phi sin phi. Okay, cos phi sin phi, and z term is 0 here. Next similarly this one a phi minus sin phi into cos phi and 0, and this az terms we don't have x terms and y terms. I can write 0 and 1 here. Now I can write here ax ay az. Okay, that is we are having ax ay and az. Finally I have kept these the components of arrow a phi az in the form of a matrix, which can be converted into rectangular to cylindrical and cylindrical to rectangular, vice versa. Okay, we can, if you know this one we can find this one, if we know this one we can find this one. Now let us do the opposite procedure, that is we will try to get the cylindrical to rectangular coordinate system, rectangular coordinates. So in order to do this one, what I have to do, I have to take the inverse matrix of this one and I have to find the components ax, ay, az respectively. Okay, so you can write this point here. To find ax, ay and az components, take the inverse matrix of this one. Okay, we have to take the inverse matrix. If I take this as A, suppose if I take this as matrix as A, I have to take the inverse matrix of A, that is take inverse matrix of A. So let us do that one, that is arrow a phi az, ax, ay, az. I have to take the inverse matrix of this one, that is cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1. I have to perform this matrix inverse arrow a phi and az. So the inverse matrix of this one will be, what is the inverse matrix actually? It is given as adjoint A by det A. Okay, the inverse matrix operation is adjoint matrix by adjoint of A by det A. Okay, so I will erase this one. and we'll see what happens if we do the inverse matrix operation. So that is, I get here as inverse matrix of A is, that is inverse of the matrix will be adjoint of the matrix A by determinant of the matrix A. Okay, adjoint already we can perform adjoint matrix very easily. Adjoint of A will be, just we have to interchange the rows and columns. Cos phi minus sin phi 0, sin phi cos phi 0 and 0 0 1. So determinant will be, we are going to perform this one, determinant of A or det of A, that is cos phi minus sin phi, cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1. So the determinant will be cos into cos is cos square phi minus of minus plus we get here sin square phi plus 0, that is equal to 1. Okay, so anyhow the determinant is 1 here, you can check here. And now I can write the inverse matrix as, inverse of the matrix as like this. So adjoint matrix is this one, that is cos phi minus sin phi 0 sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1. Here is A rho, A phi and A z. Now this is the inverse matrix. Now I can directly put this in this equation. This is adjoint inverse matrix. Now the matrix will be Ax, Ay and Az. I have to write here cos phi minus sin phi 0 sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1. This is Ax, A rho, A phi and Az. So this is the final matrix what we are going to get here. So that is Ax, Ay, Az to A rho, A phi, Az. So now I can we can substitute the values of cos phi and sin phi. We know that x is equal to rho cos phi and y is equal to rho sin phi. That is cos phi. I am going to replace cos phi and sin phi values here. Cos phi is equal to x by rho, sin phi is equal to y by rho. That is cos phi is equal to x by square root of x square plus y square. Already we know that what is the value of rho here, that is x square plus y square is equal to rho square. We get rho is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, so I am going to substitute that value here. Next, sin phi is equal to y by square root of x square plus y square. Now substitute this all those values and let us see what happened. What is the result we will get here? So I get here as the resulting matrix I can write it like this, that is in terms of Ax, Ay, Az. So what is cos phi here? Cos phi is x by square root of x square plus y square. And next, what is minus sin phi? Minus sin phi is minus y by square root of x square plus y square 0. Next, sin phi y by square root of x square plus y square. Next, cos phi here, cos phi is x by square root of x square plus y square 0 0 0 and 1 here. This is A rho, A phi and Az. Now if I take the components here Ax, Ay, Az, I can write here like this. Ax is equal to this into this, a rho into x by square root of x square plus y square minus a phi into y by square root of x square plus y square plus 0. Next, ay is equal to a rho into y by square root of x square plus y square plus a phi into x by square root of x square plus y square plus 0, here plus 0 plus 0, and az is equal to az I get here. Now I have to write the components here, that is a vector is equal to ax plus ay plus az, okay. Now ax we have got this one, a rho x by square root of x square plus y square plus minus a phi y by square root of x square plus y square into ax plus ay, this one, okay, a rho into y by square root of x square plus y square plus a phi into x by square root of x square plus y square plus into ay plus az into az. So this is the final equation what we are going to get for the, so this is the vector A. So we have got the final equation. So we have got the transformation from rectangular to Cartesian to cylindrical and cylindrical to rectangular, vice versa. This matrix is useful in order to calculate the problems relating to the transformation which we are going to do for rectangular to cylindrical and cylindrical to rectangulars. Just we have to remember the procedure. Don't by heart any equation, just remember how to do the, remember the procedure instead of by hearting the equations, okay. So we'll stop here. In the next lecture video we'll try to take the spherical coordinate systems and the transformation to that coordinate system, that is Cartesian to spherical and spherical to Cartesian, and we'll do some more problems in the next part. So until then, take care, bye. Please don't forget to like and share, and if you are having any comments, please post your comments, and if you have not subscribed to my video, please subscribe and give me support. It will give a lot of energy to me. So if at all, if you want the PDF of all these what we have discussed in the lecture videos, please email me. I will write the email on my board. So you try to email me and or do WhatsApp to my number. So my email ID is rahman394@gmail.com, or else WhatsApp to my number, that is 9966667400. So you will get a response, okay. So thank you, till then, take care, bye.